How many people died in this house?
यसमा हामी चारजना भाइको चाहिँ दुईजना यसमा एउटा भाइ मर्यो अर्को ठाउँ यता छ नि त
Here only one is brother dead and other side
अर्को साइडमा चाहिँ
all this area more than nine people dead here.
So his brother died here?
Yeah.
And then just around the corner,
Yeah, other people dead here.
other people died, altogether 9.
Yeah.
How old was his brother?
What was it?
ओ यो कौन बस
51 years.
51.
Yeah.
भाइको नाम
So sorry, where one person
One
died
person died here
here?
and here also. All
So altogether is nine
nine
people
people
died here.
Yeah.
This is your house here.
Yeah.
And were you inside it the day
No,
the
no.
earthquake hit?
At that time I was Kathmandu.
You were in Kathmandu.
Yeah.
Was anybody in the house at the time?
No.
And that was April 25th?
Yeah.
April 25th.
Yeah.
And the people that died around here, were they friends of yours?
Yeah. Relatives.
Relatives?
Some neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah.
I also heard about that house
Yes.
5 years ago. I am a teacher of this school.
So you bought this house only 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and you're a teacher here.
Yeah. I'm from different community. I was born in Baglung district, western part of Nepal.
Hmm.
And I have been teaching here in this neighboring village school. I have been teaching here for 16 years. Altogether, 7 people were killed in this 12.
In just this building here, 7 people.
Yeah, in this 12, 7 people were killed.
So these people are collecting their personal items
Personal items from their room.
from their rooms.
Been cracked, so dangerous. So people don't like to come back into their houses. They stay in the different huts or tents in the field, safe area.
So there's nobody living in this area here right now.
Yeah.
And do you have any idea how many people lived here before?
About 2,000 people lived in this area.
2,000 people lived in this area. They're all living either outside in tents
yeah.
or in other houses now.
Yeah.
So there's 2,000 people displaced here right now.
Yeah. They are breaking the house themselves.
They are breaking them themselves?
Oh yeah. Collecting their goods, some woods
Yeah.
and some bricks. They want to make a house in different areas.
Oh, so they want to take some of the bricks from this house and make a new house.
And the remaining materials can be used for the huts in the field.
Right.
जम्मा 2000 सबै गरे कति मरे सबै मलाई
यही इलाकामा 114 जना मरेको छ।
So, sir, you were telling me that almost over 1,100 houses were broken in
Yeah.
the earthquakes?
1102 broken.
And how many completely damaged?
199.
And how many died in Saku village?
Yes, total 74, and permanent residents in 45 people died in the Saku, just around the Saku in the city.
In the city, 45
Yeah,
died,
out
but
of-
when you count the outer area, 74 altogether.
Yeah, no. Out of the area, total in Sankrapur Nagar municipality, 114.
114
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
So, your name, sir?
Travis Richardson.
And you are Canadian Army?
Yes. 2nd Royal Canadian Horse Artillery.
And how long have you and your team been in Nepal for?
Well, the first team deployed the last week of April. Correction, the last week of April, and then the rest of us started flying in as soon as the airport started becoming clear, which was very difficult at the time. So between June 1st and June 5th, that's when most of us have arrived here.
And how long have you been in Saku village?
We've been here now for about 1 week, and before that we were in Samudra, which is north of Kathmandu, well, more east of Kathmandu.
And what were you doing there?
Same thing we're doing here, just clearing roads, giving medical attention where needed, and just helping out the locals where we can.
So this has been just built after the earthquakes as a temporary shelter.
Yeah.
And 10 people can live in one of these sized huts right now.
Yeah.
And you were saying that they were designed by Nepali engineering students.
Yeah, students. And recommended by the government.
Oh, okay. And four families?
Yeah.
4 families live in this hut. And they will live in here temporarily for 2 years.
Temporarily.
Temporarily for 2 years until they've built another house.
कतिजना मान्छे त मात्र
अब अहिले यहाँ बस्ने मान्छे चाहिँ अब हाम्रो 5जना 10जना 12 15जना जति
Now
15 people.
15 people. The four families.
4 families, but a total of 15 people actually live in this building right now temporarily.
temporary.
Auntie.
Grand auntie.
Grand auntie was
She was very old and 93 years old.
93 years old and she died in the
Yes,
earthquake.
yes. She died.
कान्छा भएको
She
अङ्कलको
could not escape from the
his
house.
uncle wife
Right.
is dead by earthquake. Yeah.
His uncle's wife?
93 years
93 years old. Oh. And but I just wanted to say also, like, this man has put up his own money to build this house,
तपाईँ आफ्नै पैसा हो नि यो खर्च?
Oh.
Oh, yes, yes.
but he's letting other families stay with him as well.
Yeah.
So he is sharing this.
Yeah.
Sharing.
Hey, it's John Sabo, Far East Adventure Travel, and I'm in the Huayin shopping district here in Taipei, Taiwan. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. We'll get back to it in a sec. If you want to find out more about travel in Nepal, by the way, feel free to visit our website, Explore Himalayan. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes if you want to find out more about travel to Kathmandu and trekking the Great Himalaya and safaris and everything else. Just follow that link. Also, I want to give a shout out to somebody who wrote a podcast review recently. Bella Sidney of the USA writes, "The podcasts are intimate, detailed, vivid, packed with information, and bring alive all your senses as if you were right there." Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you're appreciating and enjoying the podcast. You know, writing a review really helps other people discover Far East Adventure Travel. So if you could take a few moments of your time, I would be so appreciative. I'm going to leave a link to the podcast page here, and it's really simple to write a review. All you do is go to the top of the Far East Adventure Travel iTunes page, click ratings and review, then rate the podcast out of 5 stars, then just move a little bit lower, there you go, and click write a review, and then write your review, submit it to iTunes, and you will help other people discover Far East Adventure Travel. Also, supporting the Creator Fund of Far East Adventure Travel with a donation is very helpful to fund production costs and travel costs. I'm going to leave a link to my PayPal account. A donation of $5, $10, $15, $20 is very, very helpful to keep the podcast going. Anything over $40 right now, too, I will send you a nice little souvenir wherever you are in the world from Taiwan as my thank you. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. Bishnamati. That's the river on the other side. So how long do you figure these people have been living here for? From the first earthquake. Okay. Oh, okay, so their home that they were living in is close by there. Oh, okay. Ushimati. And now this is on the other side. You can see there's some red, looks like some plastic tarps that have been donated by Red Cross.
My name is Dillot, no? Living from Tumakil. I live in Tumakil. I'm 50 years old.
So you are a resident of Kathmandu,
Here,
and currently right now you're living in this,
place after this Tumakil.
you're living in this
Yeah.
tent city along
Yeah.
the river
1
here.
minute here.
And you've been here since the first earthquake, April 25th?
Even I have to stay just more few days, just today 12th, yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay,
then
so
after,
you've been here since May the
Yeah.
12th. Okay, so
Yeah.
after the second big earthquake,
and then we have to go.
so you currently live in a house close
Yeah.
by, but you can't live in it right now because
Yeah,
it's too dangerous.
this is very hard thing.
So what's it like living here right now, outside?
Because I don't want like over here, very broke place,
Yeah.
not good place. Some snack, everything is coming. Very hard to stay from here. I don't want like to stay because difficult to place after my house. That's why I have to leave from here.
So you live close by here so you can
Yeah.
keep an eye on,
Yeah.
on your things in your house.
Yeah,
How many people are living here right now? How many tents?
52.
52.
Maybe it has 105% people.
5 person per.
105. Somebody have a house, somebody people for the rent.
So some of these people own a house,
Yeah.
some of these
People
people rent. And they're all here because they can't live in their house right
Yeah.
now. How long do you think you're going to have to stay here, outdoors?
So I think maybe I will go just tomorrow in my home, but not to come. I think is it finished for the earthquake? You know, I
can't live in there.
Yeah, we have to. We have to go in the house, but people those one not need to go, but difficult.
Yeah,
Very problem for him.
yeah, yeah. And what is the thing you need the most help with right now?
So I need to not come out quite, and they do want to go place of the home. Yeah, not good for this place. Possible to take from here because riverside, anything problem from here. But I think that.
Anything else you want to say?
So people those want to give for the cooperate. Somebody people say, yeah, but many people has for the here very problems people here. But I have to say, other so big, yeah, chief and prime minister have to help every people. I have to say, but just only that. No more to say here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
And so this gentleman, sorry, explain to me again.
Yeah, his house is broken. And this building, his father and his two sisters and 2 workers are dead. And his sister is saved after 5 hours.
Yeah, and that's the lady that we just met. Yeah. And she was pulled out 5 hours later.
From that building. Yeah.
So this is where your house was, right here. Where your father and 2 other sisters died.
2 workers.
Yeah. And Parmila was saved.
Parmila saved.
Yeah. And what is your name, sir?
My name is Binod Prajapati.
And this is the former site of your home here?
Yeah.
This is where your home was?
Yes.
And you told me that this is where your older sister and younger sister died.
Yeah.
My name is Lieutenant Commander Kelly Williamson. I'm the Senior Public Affairs Officer with Canada's Disaster Assistance Response Team.
And how long have the Canadian Armed Forces been in Nepal now?
So initial elements of the DART arrived in Nepal on the 29th of April. We began flowing in with headquarters and reconnaissance elements and an initial medical capability to help with the emergency relief and some light urban search and rescue. A few days later, another flight arrived on about the 2nd of May, and that carried our additional capabilities to include the first of our defense and security platoon and some of our engineering assets. And the defense and security guys and engineering assets are the guys who are at work here in Sanku.
So you were telling me that there's a number of different divisions that make up this whole Canadian Forces team here.
That's right.
And one of the gentlemen that I talked to the other day was Canadian Horse Artillery, 2nd Regiment. And I read a little bit of background on that particular division, and they have some special training for relief efforts. And I believe it goes back to like 1950 to the Korean War. Could you tell me a little bit about what some of the specialties are in here, like what the Canadian Armed Forces bring to relief efforts, the special training that they've received?
Absolutely. Well, I think first and foremost, one of the most important things the Canadian military brings to a disaster, such as the one in Nepal, is our basic soldier skills. So we know how to survive in very austere conditions, and that's the whole point of DART. It's really to come into a situation where there is a lot of chaos, to be self-sufficient, but to be able to provide support. Now we have a number of specialists on the team, be that medical, engineering, defense and security, and it's like a pickup hockey game essentially. We all have our day jobs throughout the country, but when the DART is called up, we all come together at Canadian Forces Base Trenton and then deploy forward. In this case, we all came here to Nepal.
And what are some of the skills that are being used right now in Sanku Village?
So in Sanku Village, we have an engineering platoon, about 20 personnel based out of New Brunswick, our 4 engineer support regiment. They are specializing in heavy equipment and debris removal. So that's what they're doing right now. They're clearing the roads to open it up so villagers can get around the village a bit more easily, and so NGOs can come in and bring them the humanitarian assistance they need.
What kind of medical support is being utilized right now for the local people here?
So in our early days, we were operating actually out of Sumitra, a Camp Sumitra that's up the Friendship Highway about 70 kilometers from here. At that camp, we had a Role 1 clinic, so that's capable of providing basic medical treatments. We also had a series of mobile medical teams, and those teams are teams of about 3 or 4. They patrol on foot or by vehicle into some of the more remote mountainous villages, and there they would do triage and treat any of the various medical cases they encountered.
Right now in Nepal, what is like the 1 or 2 biggest challenges you're finding right now in trying to help with the relief effort here?
I think for Canada's DART, the biggest challenge has been access and mobility. Nepal's a very mountainous country. The mountain roads are very tight, subject to congestion and landslides. And I think a lot of us, not only DART, the NGOs as well, have found that accessing those remote mountain communities to be the most difficult.
And just on a personal note, I mean, you're a professional, you're used to doing this all the time. What's it like to see, people in despair every day? And I mean, you're seeing people at the worst point possibly in their life. I mean, serious crisis. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, you know what? It definitely is difficult on a personal side. This is the second earthquake disaster I've responded to as a member of DART. I think this time was a little bit more difficult for me, to be honest, because you look around, the people in Nepal are wonderful. They've got such caring, warm spirits, but they're so resilient. So I think there's something we can definitely learn from them as well. I think they have a great sense of community. But yeah, it is difficult. I mean, at a place where we were staying in Kathmandu, a person who I became close to, he worked very closely with us. After the second earthquake on May the 12th, I asked him if his family was okay, and he told me, oh, my family's fine. We're living in a field in front of my house because my house was destroyed in the first earthquake. And that really touched me, because I think people in Canada wouldn't have the capacity to deal with something like that. But you look around and these people are getting on with their lives, they're rebuilding, and they're not just sitting back and taking it.
Hello.